Alright, what's up everybody? This is Rich with the SideEye Stitcher, or the SideEye Stitcher. I'm here for my weekly update. I didn't get nearly as much stitching done this week as I really wanted to. I had a lot of grand hopes going into the week I wanted to get a couple, or at least a finish, and then I've got none to show for it. But I did make some pretty good progress. So let's go through what we've got here. I feel like I've been going over this one now every week, but it's starting to show it's starting to show enough progress that I can actually tell what it is, which is exciting, because previously it was just a big blob of orange and I couldn't really tell what I was actually stitching. This one's gotten significantly easier to stitch on, this blue Ada. I don't know what the deal was initially, but I was having a real hard time stitching on that. But I keep telling myself every week that I want to finish this one, and then this is where I'm at. Another one that I keep hoping I'm going to make more progress on than I really am is my gnome. I started this one last week. This one's a really fun one to stitch. Like, the detail with the colors is really impressive, but with that comes, they're not really confetti stitches, because it's not just one, but there's running stitches that go way down. It's a lot of counting, so like I try and do a strand of color and knock that out before I move on to a different one. And with that comes, it's just a lot of counting, and it's really time consuming, but it's fun. I can't wait to finish that one. And I don't know which one I'm going to start next, but I'm going to start another gnome next. This is the one that I've been stitching on the most recently. This is the wolf, this pattern, from A Year in the Woods, from Cottage Gardens. I've been having a lot of fun stitching this one. And this one is really impressive how it's coming together with the colors. This 14 count Ada is really big. I don't know why it's labeled as 14 count, but it feels bigger than that. I don't know if that's just me or what, but it's coming together nicely. I was kind of hoping that the white would pop a little more on this oatmeal Ada, but it's not really, and it's kind of weird, but I'm making do. I'm doing the same thing that I was doing with the gnome, and that I do a strand at a time. So I'll pull a strand off, I'll do my start, and then I'll count down until I'm at a point where I can tie off that strand and move on to a different color. Luckily, this one's got a lot of really long, big runs of one color once it gets down to the body and the legs of the wolf. So that one should be a little easier. But that's it for the wolf. I'm not even going to show the Visit Hyrule one, because I have made zero progress on that since last week. I haven't even picked it up, to be completely honest. So I have done a lot of quilting this week. I've knocked a couple things out. I mean, one small that doesn't really go to anything, but it's kind of fun, is I did this quilt block. This is the quilt block from one of my local shops for the Mid-Atlantic shop hop that's going on right now. Yeah, I'm trying to make my way around to all the local shops so that I could get all the stamps and see what kind of fun goodies come at the end of that one, and we'll see how that goes. As far as quilting, another project that I started a while ago and I kind of put on hold is let me find the actual quilt. It's out of the family favorites, the Sherry and Chelsea book, and it's the Brightly Sampler quilt. I got a half-yard bundle of this, or one of their fabric lines, and I was super excited to go through that. So I started working my way through some of those quilt blocks, and I've got those ones, and then I've got some other ones. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about how much white there is in these blocks, but the next few blocks have got significantly more color to them, which I'm excited to see how those turn out. And then what I spent a lot of time working on is this guy right here. I got this quilted with some straight, well, I say I straight line quilted this, there's not a single straight line on here, but either way, it's completely quilted. I'm going to throw the binding on this tonight, and I will probably post a short with this one finished so that everybody can see how it turned out. I've finished quite a few quilt tops at this point, but I realized that only one of them do I have the backing for, and I haven't cut it or put it together yet. And then I had the backing ready for this one, and I had the batting, and I had everything ready to go, and it was hanging from my wall in the back. So I decided that I wanted to finally wrap that project up. That was one of the first quilt tops that I did when I started this project, or this adventure with quilting, and it was really fun. It came out of one of the books that I've got. I can't remember the one off the top of my head. I'll put a picture of it up here when I edit so that everybody can see. But there's a lot of really fun patterns, and that was the one that I chose. It's about the size of a throw. I'm not 100% sure what size it is, but it's not a full-size quilt, but it's a pretty good size. Either way, it was fun to quilt. It was a challenge to quilt, and we'll see. Oh, and I just couldn't stay away from the English paper piecing. It's not a very big start. I just started this last night, but I've got a big stack of pieces that are ready to go, and I'm just kind of, as I have scraps of the solids that I'm going through, I'm putting them on paper and throwing it in, and I'll put it together as I go. But otherwise, that's my update for this week. I'm going to try and get a couple quilting shorts out this week, and I have a couple other ideas for videos that I might get to this week, I might not, but they're in the works. But thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you next week.